What's up, guys? Welcome back again to your Heroclix headquarters. Today, I've got this awesome Hellfire Gala Premium Collection X-Men set. So this is like the third version. Now, I know I'm pretty late on this, honestly. It's been out for a good month or two already, but you know what? It's just one of those things where I didn't really just get a chance to find one. It took a little while. So I finally got one in hand, though, so I'm going to do a little unboxing for you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so let's rip off all this plastic. And much like the previous sets, I believe this should have like a, it's got like a little magnetic strip or something in there that holds it together. But you can see this beautiful green interior with these awesome sculpts. And we'll take this out of here. And yep, just like the other ones, this has a somewhat, like, it's got a little texture there. It's like velvety or whatever. So yeah, these are some really cool sculpts. We'll take some closer looks at them shortly. And again, just like the last ones, we get some really cool, powers and abilities card and these awesome, like, really big cards, like double-sided. So yeah, let's just rip this open and check out what all these awesome figures can do. All right, so let's start things off with the new Wolverine. So we've got a new Laura Wolverine, and she's got X-Men, Assassin, Detective, and Martial Artist keywords, 100 or 45 points, double target as well, and X-Men team ability. So she's got the Hellfire Gala trait, which we've seen on all these before. Once per turn, for all friendly characters with this trait, when a friendly character with the X-Men keyword attacks, and the attack roll includes exactly 1 5, you may replace the other die with a 5. It's a really strong trait to have on your team. If you have a lot of X-Men, it's really helpful. And then she's got the high fashion trait, which for her is when a friendly character with the X-Men keyword hits and a double 5 was rolled. After resolutions, choose a hit target or a friendly character with the X-Men keyword. Until your next turn, the chosen character can use Battle Fury. So again, that's, really cool. You can either give a friendly or a hit character Battle Fury. Sometimes you want to hit a range attacker and give them Battle Fury so they can't shoot, or you want to give your friendly character Battle Fury so they can get through shape change and that kind of stuff. So really good options there. You've got Flurry and Charge, but don't half speed if Wolverine is closer to your starting area than any other starting area. And then she's got a stop click with Toughness and Regeneration. So overall, pretty great powers and abilities there. She's got 2 stop clicks at 100 or just 1 at 45. I like her a lot for 45, just charge Flurry Blades, full move charge if she's closer to your side of the map. It's always good. For the 100 points, though, you do get a pretty good bump with the 12 attack precision, 4 damage instead of 2. But, with Blades, you could always roll higher than that. So, yeah, I don't know. I think for 45, she's a pretty good little cheap attacker. Not too bad for 100 either. Next up, we have another Cyclops here, who, again, 100 or 45 points. He's got 6 range, single target, X-Men TA, full dial running shot. Starts with either Penetrating Blast or Precision. Only a 10 attack on the low dial, though. Now, he has a Hellfire trait like all the rest of them do. However, I'm noticing that his says you can replace the other die with a 6. I don't know if that needs an errata, if that's supposed to be like that. That's kind of crazy. So you get an 11. I feel like that's wrong, because then it wouldn't trigger all the other traits. I feel like that's supposed to be a 5, because the whole thing is rolling 2 5s. So I don't know what's up with that, but I don't know why his trait would have a 6. I'm just flipping through the other ones here. None of the other ones say that, so I think his is a misprint, I guess. That's probably supposed to be a 5. Anyway, moving right along, his high fashion trait is when a friendly character with the X-Men keyword hits and 2 5s are rolled. After resolutions, friendly characters with the X-Men keyword within range may make an attack, but only to target an opposing character that has not been hit this turn. So you can get one of your other friendlies to make an attack on somebody that wasn't hit yet. So free attacks are always good. And taking a look at the back of his card here, he's got energy shield deflection and super senses. And when Cyclops is targeted by a range attack after resolutions, roll a d6. On a 5 or 6, give the attacker an action token. So that's not too bad. Energy shield super senses is always good, and you have a chance of giving them a token, which unless, if they're already getting the second token for shooting, that's not really going to do anything anyway. But, it could slow them down a little bit if they're, not tokened when they begin that action, I guess. You got leadership and range combat expert on his damage power, which is, not too bad of a combo. He does start with that on either point value, and he does have that defense power his whole dial, along with the running shot. So yeah, just flipping between penetrating blast or precision strike. I still wish his attack was a little bit higher. I mean, even with range combat expert, he'll be an 11 for 3 up close. I don't see any, improved targeting would be nice for Cyclops. So I don't know. Overall, he's okay, but I think we probably have some better Cyclopses. But, that die replacement effect is always nice to have. Next up, we have Jean Grey. She looks pretty cool. I will say that, one of the main selling points of these sets is always just the fact that the sculpts are amazing. Like, most of them are like 10 out of 10 sculpts. They really go crazy with the fashion ones. But let's take a look at her here. She's, again, 100 or 40 points. She has 5 range, double target. And I see on her card, it looks like there's another little misprint there with the movement symbol. Now, this is probably just a carryover from the last set. I know they had the same problem where they put like boot on everybody, or they didn't have the movement symbol or something. She actually has the wing symbol. I just looked at her dial, so I'm pretty sure that is supposed to be the wing symbol. She does have improved targeting for characters also, which is really nice. But yeah, she's got the Hellfire Gala trait to replace the die with a 5 if you roll 1. And then her high fashion trait, when friendly X-Men hits and 2 5s rolled until the beginning of your next turn, friendly characters have safeguard mind control and can't be given action tokens by opposing effects. That's not too bad. There's a lot of good mind controllers out now, and more coming, I'm pretty sure, most likely. So, always good to have that. Taking a look at the back of her card, she's got barrier, energy shield deflection, and friendly characters adjacent to terrain generated by her can use energy shield deflection and toughness. That's really cool. So she can just barrier up and protect her whole team, giving them all ESD toughness. That's really awesome. I think for 40 points, she makes a really great support piece. She's got TK, barrier that just hands out energy shield and toughness to everybody next to it. That's not bad at all. And then you also got some enhancement for range attacks. And, besides that, she could also be healing people up with X-Men TA, using that Hellfire Gala trait to replace dice in rolls, all that kind of cool stuff. So I like her a lot as a support character for 40 points. 100 points, running shot pen size, some prob, not bad. I'm not totally sold on that, though. That's a lot of points for, not like anything too crazy there, but I think she could definitely see a lot more play at the 40-point line for sure. Next up, we've got Iceman. Again, Hellfire Gala trait to replace a die. 100 or 45 points. He's got X-Men and Defenders team abilities, so that's worth noting. And then he's got 4 range triple target, it looks like. Yeah, triple target. So that's awesome. I'm sure he's got a special in cap, most likely. But then his high fashion trait, when a friendly X-Men hits and a double 5 was rolled after resolutions, Iceman can use barrier as free, but only to generate markers adjacent to a hit target. And it just says use barrier as free. So you can just totally encase someone in barrier, put all 4 right next to them, just surround them in it. That's actually really strong. I think that's maybe the strongest one we've seen yet. Now, it does say after resolutions, Iceman may use barrier as free to generate next to the hit character. So if he's not the one that hit them, you're going to have to make sure that he's already set up within range and everything to be able to barrier around them. If, somebody else running shots out there, he's not going to have range to really make it there. But he could also be the one that hits those 2 5s and then, he barriers around them. So that's a really strong effect, though. I like that one a lot. And then on the back of his card, He's got Precision Strike, and when Iceman hits after resolutions, give each hit character an action token. That's even better than in cap. Triple target precision, give them all an action token. That's super good. I like that a lot. Combo that with the hypersonic, he's going to be doing a lot of, little ping damage with the precision and just incapping a lot of people essentially with giving them tokens. And then you've also got barrier and energy shield deflection and toughness on his defense power. And when he uses barrier from any source, his generated markers have immobile. That's really good. I love that from any source too. So if he uses it from his, other trait or from this special, or if you get some type of equipment that lets him use like barrier as free for like 1 or 2 markers or something, they're all immobile. And the reason it's really good that they're immobile is so that, somebody doesn't just charge up on you with super strength, pick up your barrier and smack you with it. So they'll have to have like improved movement to destroy it and run through it or something. But at least they can't smack you with your own barriers. That's really good. And they can't like TK them out of the way or anything random like that either. So yeah, that's really awesome. He's got the hypersonic and some enhancement on either dial. He pretty much has the same, powers and everything, just slightly better stats for the 100 points. So I could see playing him at 100. He's got a pretty long, like 10-click long dial there. That's pretty awesome. Otherwise, just playing him at 45, he's going to be pretty useful as well. I like him a lot. I think him and Jean, I think, are my favorites so far, but we're only about halfway through this. Next up, we've got Havok. Got a 6-range double target, improved targeting for hindering and destroys blocking. You love to see that. X-Men TA. He's, of course, got the Hellfire Gala trait, and his high fashion trait is when a friendly X-Men hits with 2 5s, increase the damage dealt to all hit targets by +1. Ooh, that's pretty awesome. Increase the damage dealt is really good because that gets around all kinds of modifiers and everything. So if you pulse wave, that's going to be like a 2 damage pulse wave to everybody. If you energy explosion, that's 3 damage energy explosion on everybody. And his special attack power, he does have energy explosion and pulse wave, like I was just talking about. So he can make full use of his own high fashion trait. He does have a full dial of running shot to go with that as well. Honestly, I don't see why you would really play him at 100. He has pretty much the same stuff going on for 45. Again, just slightly higher stats and longer dials. So I'd probably play him for 45, but before I forget, the back of his card here, he's got leadership and free unique modifier. If Havok has not made an attack this turn, friendly characters with the Hellions or X-Men keyword within 4 squares modify attack and damage +1, and Havok can't attack. Wow, that's pretty great. So it's a free action, and then all friendly X-Men and Hellions within 4 squares get +1 attack and damage. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. If you have other characters that have like Charge Flurry or something, they can get a ton of extra damage in there, making multiple attacks with that +1 damage. So just taking his turn to say, all right, I'm not going to attack, I'm going to buff my whole team with this free action is pretty great. And he's got leadership too, so he's giving you that extra action every turn. So yeah, I think this dude pretty freaking nuts for 45 points, especially seeing through the hindering and blocking terrain. If he does want to make an attack, that is really great. So another banger figure right there. Another one of my favorites for this set for sure. Moving right along, we've got Gambit. Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself here. He again has the Hellfire Gala trait to replace dice, and then he has a high fashion trait. When a friendly character with the X-Men keyword hits and 2 5s is rolled after resolutions, choose a hit target and deal 1 damage to each opposing character adjacent to that character. That's pretty interesting. So you kind of choose one character and do a little area of effect damage to everybody next to them. So that's not bad. Extra damage, is always good. He is actually coming in at 75 or 40 points. So I think he is the cheapest at the full dial of any of them so far. He also has 4-range triple target. Improved movement for elevation is good. And then just a full dial toughness. Starts with perplex either way. X-Men TA. His special movement power is sidestep and stealth. And let's take a look at the back of his card. His special attack power is Giant Reach 2, Energy Explosion, and Quake. And when Gambit uses either, he can use probability control for that attack. Not too shabby. So Giant Reach 2, Quake, or just Energy Explosion on a group of people. Sidestep, stealth, perplex. Not too bad. We've got that free extra damage there with his high fashion trait. Overall, I think I'm a little more impressed with the super rare Gambit we just got in the Deadpool X-Force set. I think I like that one a little bit better, but this one's not too bad either. And the sculpt on this one is pretty epic as well. So, I mean, either way, Gambit is going to Gambit. I love to see more Gambits. I do kind of wish I feel like they give us a lot of these giant reach quake or energy explosion type of things, which is cool. So what he does, but I don't know. Let's change it up a little bit. Let's see some more unique things from Gambit. I feel like the last like 5 Gambits we've got all do the same thing or very similar anyway. And not that that's a bad thing, but I just want to see some more cool stuff. Next up, we have Emma Frost, who has, of course, Hellfire Gala trait, and her high fashion trait is when a friendly character with the X-Men keyword hits with 2 5s. The next time this turn, a friendly character with the X-Men keyword uses the X-Men team ability, they may instead choose to heal all other friendly characters with the X-Men team ability regardless of adjacency. So that's not bad. They can just take that power action to use the X-Men TA and heal all friendly characters on the map with that team ability. And then they still have to roll for it, potentially hurt themselves for using it, but I mean, healing your whole team a click is not too bad. And then taking a look at her specials here on the back. Her special movement power is Mind Control, and when Emma Frost uses it, she may count range and draw lines of fire from friendly characters with the X-Men keyword. That's pretty great. She only has that at the 100-point starting line. But, she can just sit back and relax in your starting area, have some other friendly character run all the way up in front of their starting area, and just mind control your opponent from there, from the safety of the X-Mansion or whatever. And just have, Jean Grey or Iceman or somebody barrier up, and, they're not getting to you at all. So that's pretty cool. And then she's got Diamond Skin, Stop, Invulnerability. So you love to see that. Like I said, she only has that special on her 100-point line with a 12 attack penetrating blast for 4 damage and leadership and some super senses. And what's interesting, though, is on her 45 line, she starts out with that special defense power on the stop click, some charge, super strength, and shape change. So pretty interesting because, I think it's cool, actually, that I've seen them do this on a couple characters. They start on their lower line on the stop click, which you might think, like, what's the point of that? But starting on the stop click, gives you that protection from Pulse Wave and Outwit. So it's essentially, a protected Outwit invulnerability, protected Pulse Wave invulnerability. Really good, and she's got shape change, which would not be protected from those, but it is still multiple layers of defense there. I mean, she's a beast up close there. Charge, super strength with a 4 damage. Not bad for 45 points at all, and she's still going to have a stop click later on. And yeah, that's pretty great. She won't make much use of her 5 range on the middle of her dial with the Battle Fury, but otherwise she just has that like full dial charge super strength. I don't know, that's not too bad. You got the Hellfire Gala die switching thing, and actually having the ability to have somebody else heal your entire team with the X-Men team ability while she has a stop click could come up and could be really useful. You could have some little minion dude heal her up from across the map. That'd be pretty great. So yeah, she's not too bad. And then last but not least here, we have Mr. Sinister, who again has the Hellfire Gala trait. He's also only coming in at 75 or 40 points. Now, he has a very interesting dial. First of all, he's got the high fashion trait. When a friendly X-Men rolls 2 5s, after resolutions, choose a friendly character with the X-Men keyword. That character can use shape change until your next turn. So he's handing out shape change to people. That's always good. He also has shape change and stealth, his whole dial, as well as some precision strike. And taking a look at the back of his card here, his special defense power that he has, every click of his dial, is a stop click. However, Mr. Sinister can't be healed and can't use the effect of equipment. So, unfortunate, but I mean, he has a ton of stop clicks. And then it continues that when another standard friendly character with the X-Men keyword would be KO'd, you may instead turn that character to their last on-KO click. If you do, place them and Mr. Sinister in each other's squares and deal Mr. Sinister 1 unavoidable damage. So he's just protecting your whole X-Men team from being KO'd. That is pretty nuts. And that is just any standard friendly X-Men character whenever they'd be KO'd. So he can be sitting in start area and, you know, you could have somebody way out there, you know, that ran up there maybe to let, you know, Emma Frost mind control through them. They'd be KO'd, just swap them out with Mr. Sinister. And they're good to go. And yeah, then he's just sitting there. He's got like 4 more stop clicks. What are you going to do about it? So yeah, pretty awesome. I like that a lot. He's super hard to get through with all the shape change and stop clicks, and he's saving your whole team from possible KO. All right, so that's pretty much it. It's a pretty great set overall. I like a lot of the characters. You know, a few more hits than misses, I would say. Not a great fan of Cyclops, I think, is my biggest complaint, and Gambit is kind of just a cool sculpt. The rest of them, though, do some really, really cool stuff, like some really powerful things. So I definitely think it's worth picking up. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. Have you already had a chance to play with it? Maybe. It's been out for a minute. I haven't yet, so I can't wait to test out some of these guys. But anyway, don't forget to smash that like button and click that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. And if you guys would like to help support the channel even more, you can check the links in the description for the Patreon so you can see your name here in the credits with all these other awesome people. And for as little as $1 a month, you get entered into my monthly giveaways. So make sure to check that out if that interests you. But that's going to do it for this one, you guys. Thanks again so much for watching. Till next time, this has been Heroclix Headquarters, signing off.